I'm getting up.
Let's do it. It's puzzle time. So we have the edges of this puzzle for the most part.
Well, I'm about to move all of the pieces that aren't edges over to this table.
Okay.
Because we got to assemble over there, but we can't put pieces together. We don't have room.
I want to find out what the outline of this thing actually looks like.
Right, like I'm going to leave you to finish the outline over there.
And then we'll bring it back
Let's start assembling chunks over here.
We have the word cafe somewhere in the middle of this.
Yeah, things that we're building that aren't touching the edges, we should put together over here, because there's just not room to have all the pieces out on that table.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, this is nuts. Look at this outline.
Yeah, this is gonna be
This is huge.
This is gonna be bigger than this table.
Fuck, man.
This is gonna be way bigger than this table.
This is gonna... We straight up need a bigger table. Right? Look.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the...
Yeah,
it's gotta turn. Where the fuck is the turn? No, we're long from seeing what this big picture actually looks like. Welcome to No One Can Know About This, a podcast where we play every Final Fantasy. I'm Jeff Ekman.
And I'm Ryan Kazmiski.
And here we go, Season 6, Episode 9.
It's the big Disc 1 finale.
That's right, it's all going down today.
Yeah, we're gonna carry out this assassination plot against the Sorceress.
The way this goes down is gonna be hard to parse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel like maybe parsing it isn't our job. It's unparsable. Like, it's unparsable. We're gonna do our best, but like, do I even need to tell you this at this point? None of this makes any sense.
That was the thing, I was talking about this the other day, and I used the term, when you break this game down, it crumbles in your hands.
Yeah.
It's like, it has no real...
But nonetheless... This part is it's a pretty good part of the game.
Yeah.
There's a dungeon, there's a bunch of cinematics. There's another like extremely long, drawn out, boring explanation of what you're about to do at the very beginning of it. Like we're gonna have a general guy walk us all over the town and be like, and at point A, you two will stand ready for the it's like the train part, like the train
on steroids.
The train briefing, yeah.
But yeah, we're in this town of Delling where there's like basically a circle around an Arc de Triomphe, and it's all going down in this circle.
Yeah, there's gonna be a parade.
Last week we got the brothers, the Minotaur and Sacred. We got the number that we needed off of the sword, which was the student's ID, who they said had not returned.
We left his body.
It was really fucked up what was going on.
But this is definitely a part of the game where you can feel like, okay, momentum is building. Like maybe we're about to like really launch this story.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna go back to the mansion in town with the knowledge of the ID number.
Yeah, that's the secret code we need to get in the
Try
door.
to tell them. It's a new day, so we're starting fresh.
A new day for you and I.
Yeah, like we had gone to sleep after the last play session. And now we begin again. All right.
We're back in the big city.
Here we go, Delling City. We're in the hotel. Day 3 of Final Fantasy VIII.
There's an arcade in this city, right?
Yeah, the shopping arcade.
A shopping arcade.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I was really hoping for like a gold saucer type mini game place.
No, it's just like a street with some shops.
Yep.
What is the actual definition of an arcade? Because I feel like
right, because
sometimes it's like a boardwalk.
It's been twisted into we think of it as video games, but I don't think that's like the original meaning of arcade. Like, because
looking this up.
So a shopping arcade could be a weird translation of shopping mall, probably. But I hope there's games there.
An arcade is a covered passageway with arches along one or both sides.
We've completely bastardized
We've
that.
totally bastardized the arcade. Because it's an arc.
Yeah.
Aid.
No, we've given the word arcade real meaning. Why would you even name passageways with walls on the sides?
Because there's a bunch of arcs in it.
Oh, I get it.
They're all arc-based.
Etymology. Well, now there's Frogger.
So, like, you know when you're walking around in Vegas and there's those, like, sort of casinos that are, like, hallways in the middle of buildings you're walking in?
Those are arcades.
Those are arcades.
Because it's an open...
It's like, yeah, it's like sort
it's
of
an open
outside,
lobby.
but it's covered, and then you walk through it, and then you're in Margaritaville, where you spend 4 or 5 hours eating a cheeseburger.
A covered area between buildings, especially one with arches and columns where there are shops.
Well, I mean, we got to investigate the shopping arcade. I'm going to try to be less hard on our teenage companions today, but Squall, you got some growing up to do.
Squall in particular.
Yeah, like, I mean, Zell is a little annoying, but I kind of like him. He's got personality, at least. I like Quistis a lot. Renoa is whatever. I don't understand who she is yet, really.
Selfie's okay.
Yeah, I like Yeah, I like them all, except Squall.
Squall
really is bugging me.
Gotta stop.
So we actually get going, and we had saved in the hotel here in town, and you suddenly recognized this place.
Yeah, this is the hotel with the piano bar from the first Laguna Dream.
Oh, go down the stairs.
And I'm all excited because I'm like, oh my god, this must mean something. Like, we were here in the past, now we're here in the present. There's got to be some connection.
Let's go look at it.
I knew we had been here before. Hold on, we were here as Laguna.
Yes, this is the piano hotel. Oh my god. Oh, is there a lady that plays piano here?
No, but there is a lady who plays cards.
You saw it in my eyes, didn't you? You're up for a challenge, right? Do you play cards?
Bring on your cards.
Oh.
Down here in this piano bar, all of these people that we are, our squad, our team...
Could maybe say, like, hey, this is from that dream that we refused to talk about. That common experience that we refused to say anything about. We were here together.
I mean, I was expecting, like, a story thing to happen because of this. They don't even, like, mention.
The act of walking in here should have triggered, like, a cutscene of some kind. But no.
That's the crime that's been committed in this game.
I wonder if she's gonna have good cards.
I hope she does.
Even her normal dialogue.
Look at the Minotaur we got!
Fuck yeah. Well, all these gold ones I think are uniques.
Look at
Sacred and Minotaur.
Sacred and Minotaur are killer cards, bro.
These are the two cards we got at the end of last week.
Yeah, in the Tomb of the Unknown King.
These are the brothers.
Oh, now we're living large. Now we're playing Triple Triad.
In the moment, we were too distracted by Triple Triad to care about this crime the game has committed. But now that we're reviewing the footage, we can see there was a crime committed.
This person has jack shit cards.
Yeah, what was she talking such a big game for? Is it even possible for you to lose this?
I mean, I'm sure I can fuck it up. I'm sure I can find a way. Fuck yeah. I got all these.
Yeah, we have every one of these.
We're reaching the point in Triple Triad where you kind of only want to play people who have good cards.
But you don't know who has good cards, and even the ones who are like, are you up for a challenge? Like, they have the same cards. Like, fuck, even the Queen of Cards doesn't have there's no one out there really with, like, a challenge for you until the rules start fucking with you.
Right.
That is.
Huh.
You think she's got other cards?
I don't know, we could play her again and see.
Let's find out.
Because, yeah, that was weird that her normal dialogue was relating to being challenged to cards, but then...
It seemed like it was being challenged to cards. Was it something else?
She was like, you could see it in my eyes, can't you? You're up for a challenge?
Yeah, but could that be about
trying to
something
seduce
else?
her? I don't think
I don't
so.
know. Could be about anything.
I don't know. Yeah, no, she doesn't have anything good.
Lame. This is cool that we're back in here. Like,
that is cool. Like, I'm
they
kind
did
of
this in 7, but in a different way.
I'm excited to go through that crystal dungeon we went through with Laguna with us.
Yes,
you know,
that'll be cool.
Yeah, in 7, they did it in a way where you met a character you knew in the past, and they were like, remember the past? And then you got there, and you were like, what happened? And they all talked about the place.
So we have expectations.
Well, I've seen a story before. Like, I know how it's supposed to work.
Whoa. The Arc de
It's a
Triomphe.
very discombobulating city.
So we look around at the arcade, which is just a weapon and an item shop.
We can
That
go in the
shop
shops,
is,
yeah.
What do we need to upgrade
In
this
the
still?
junk shop? We can get this.
Can we?
Yeah.
We don't have 4 screws.
We don't have 4 screws.
Every time we check this weapons shop, we still don't have enough screws.
We're at the end of disc 1, and we can't upgrade a single weapon. Because we don't have enough screws. The junk shop doesn't have any extra screws. Like, we can't find screws.
Oh, I bet that ammo is for Irvine, since he is a gunman.
But
I'm
you're
just
a
a
gunman
horny
too.
sniper cowboy.
You're a gunman.
Hello,
too.
ladies.
You're a gun sword.
We're a sword gunman.
sword gunman.
So by shopping arcade, they just mean street with shops on it.
Street with 2 stores.
I was really
Wait,
hoping...
why do I level 3?
something...
I just got demoted?
I guess we got demoted for some reason.
We just got demoted.
Our seed rank just dropped. Like, our salary went down.
It's unclear at this point to us exactly what's causing that to happen, but it's upsetting.
We think it might be because we're not fighting enough fights.
But, like, we've been in cutscenes where you were walking around in places where there's no fights.
This becomes, like, a problem, especially as the game goes on, because you get into long sequences where you're not fighting anything and your seed rank just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping.
I am now making less money?
I don't know why that happened.
Hang on a second. I took the bus from this screen to this screen.
Yeah, we've mentioned that this town is like a circle road surrounding like an Arc de Triomphe in the center of it, but like there's a bus system to take you one screen over.
Ready to answer, right?
So we make it back to the entranceway of the mansion, where the guy who sent us on that quest that we did at the end of last week is asking us for the number.
Oh, right, that's right, because we got
Wait.
135.
Was it 135 or
Yes.
137?
Wait, why did 3 go first? Enter hundreds.
I have no idea why it's done this way, but they ask for the numbers in reverse order, where they're like, enter the ones, enter the tens, and then enter the hundreds, meaning if the number is 135, you enter 5, 3, and then 1. Why would it be backward like that?
Because this is a Final Fantasy game, and when they were putting the final touches on it, they were like, it's not done, we need to add challenge, and they just fucking reverse the numbers. That's my story, I'm sticking to it.
That's a ridiculous challenge.
I think we read this wrong.
Hang on, yeah. Enter ones, okay. 5.
Why like this?
Enter tens, 3. Enter hundreds, 1. Why would it be backward like that?
I don't know.
135. That's correct.
Oh, good memory.
I did one of those things where, like, last night when I saw it, I was like, it's the first 3 odd numbers, you know, like I did like one of those, like 135, like that's fairly easy to remember for some reason.
Oh, I guess those are the first 3 odd numbers. You
Like,
put it in your mind palace.
I put it in my mind palace and I locked it away.
So he lets us through, but in the doorway, Squall stops to have an inner monologue.
Yeah, he starts wondering about what's happening and why.
Both Balam and Galbadia Garden are joining forces with the general from Galbadian army. Why?
But then,
No point in me thinking about it. Seeds aren't meant to question why. Oh wait. Seeds aren't meant to question why.
He seems to be the only one with this attitude. Everyone else is very casual and cool about being a child soldier. He's like...
Seeds aren't meant to question why.
we heard Sid say that, like, he didn't want us to turn out like that. Like, he praised Cypher's crazy move in the beginning of the game because he didn't want us to just be mindless seeds.
I mean, it seems like you could approach Sid with anything. It doesn't seem like you're not supposed to question him. It seems like you could go to the headmaster and ask him whatever you want.
Listen, he would take the time to sit down and discuss your problem with you.
So now we're like in a very stately sort of dining/waiting room.
Yeah, we're inside the mansion, waiting for the general to come talk to us.
What's up, cowboy? He's making us wait quite a bit.
Man, Zell's sneakers are pretty noisy. He
Okay,
always
so-
does this, blah, blah, blah.
We're all being made to wait.
And Renoa finally gets impatient and is like, I'm gonna go complain.
I'm gonna go complain. What's taking so long? Everyone just wait here.
Oh, by the way, this is my house, so don't worry. What?
Okay.
And then Renoa just sort of drops this information.
Yeah, it's her house that we're in right now.
The moment that we mention, like, we're going to Delling City to speak to the general, if you were Renoa, wouldn't you just speak up then and say, that's my father?
You would think.
And maybe explain your relationship and the situation and how you came to be a freedom fighter against your... I mean, she's fighting the Galbadian army, right? In Timber.
Yeah.
Her dad. You
Yeah.
would bring it up.
That's the thing. The general is her father, and we were told that she was a princess.
I think as they were writing this, right here, they decided that the general was her dad. I don't think that was, like, the case before this.
Right.
And yeah, that's a good point. They called her a princess. It's not like she's the daughter of a king.
No, she's specifically not.
Just don't leave me here, okay?
She is supposed to be a princess or something, right?
What does she mean?
Whatever. What the hell's going on?
So Renoa leaves the room, and then the general walks in to begin giving us the briefing.
And he's like, yeah, my daughter's not really a mercenary, so she's gonna stay home tonight.
She has not received the type of training you all have and may become a burden. It's for the best that she stays out of this operation.
No.
She's the same level we are. So you're Renault's father? Can't remember the last time she called me that.
So, the father's a top military officer and the daughter's a member of an anti-government faction?
This doesn't make any sense.
That's bad. Really bad.
Yes, indeed. It's a serious problem. But it doesn't concern you. It's our problem.
Okay.
Yes, it's a serious problem, and one that we're gonna gloss over here and now. Let's not speak of it again.
None of them are even like, I thought she was a princess.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
That's not the case.
Besides, we have far more important things to worry about. We're here to knock off the Sorceress, right? So let's get down to business. That was quite a leap he made from that sitting position.
Yeah, wow, right over the thing.
Yeah, Irvine goes from, like, leaning back in a chair with his feet on a desk to then, like, using his feet as, like, the point of a fulcrum and flipping his body over and standing on his feet on the other side of the desk.
It would be an awesome thing to see.
The muscles in the back of his heels must be fucking rocks.
Okay, let me explain the plan.
He walks away.
I'm sure you know about the Gambodian government reaching an agreement with Sorceress Edna.
Yeah, I mean, we know about it in the way that, like, I know about news that has happened without reading it. You know, like, I've overheard something about a sorceress, but
I don't know the detail.
This guy's like, I'm sure you know everything.
But he's saying this as he's, like, walking out into the street, and we're gonna follow him as he walks around town and lays out the plan.
So her name is Edna.
There's going to be a ceremony tonight to commemorate the event. Oh, that's what everyone's waiting in the street for.
Okay.
During the ceremony, you will split up into 2 teams and get into position. The gateway team will enter the gateway and stand by. The sniper team will stand by at the front of the presidential residence until the ceremony is over. This is where the sniper team will wait, right here, where I am standing.
At a very high... Like, the sniper team is, like, on the ground.
Just ground floor.
We don't realize how slowly he's gonna lay this out for us. This is where the sniper team is going to wait before they get into position.
Yeah.
This is not the position that the sniper team is going to be in.
Right now, we're standing on the sidewalk in front of a house.
Jen, that's the presidential residence. Once the ceremony ends, a parade for the sorceress will begin. That's when the gate will open. Lay low until then. The parade may be canceled if there's any commotion. We must avoid that at all costs. Once the gate opens, the sniper team will move out. The sniper team will head for the roof of the residence. In the corridor by the sorceress's room, there is a hatch that leads to the clock tower.
This is a quick mention of this hatch that leads to the clock tower.
The hatch is super important.
If there's a clock tower there housing a carousel clock, you'll find the sniper rifle there. Stand by in the clock tower until exactly 20 hours. 20 o'clock.
Jesus. The parade will begin by the gate. The sorceress will be riding on the parade vehicle.
You know what just occurred to me
What?
with these briefings? They spent so much time making all these pointless cutscenes of every character introduction and of satellite dishes opening up and all this stuff that doesn't matter. For these briefings, they could have made some CG cutscenes that are like fun to watch while they explain it or something.
After it leaves the gate, the vehicle will turn left. I am
almost
not
like-
into these mission briefings.
It's almost like we're gonna. It's like we're gonna have a team on the grassy knoll and one in the book depository, and you're gonna have to take them out on the float.
The parade will circle once around the city along the outer road and return to this space.
Okay, that's why there's all this.
It will return on this side. Then it will turn right.
So he's loudly explaining this assassination plot to us in front of where it's going to happen in a public street.
Yes.
While literally running in a circle in the street to explain how the float is going to go.
He's running around like this, showing you and head this way.
I mean, in the investigation, in the aftermath of this, there's going to be so many witnesses being like, I saw the general running in a circle in front of the presidential house yelling about snipers just hours before it happened.
Here's where the gateway team comes into
There's
play.
nothing suspicious about this.
At exactly 2000, the parade will pass under the gateway. This is after it's past the sniper team?
I'm lost already, I don't know. I'm just assuming this will play out in some linear fashion where it'll be clear what to do.
Right. At this point, the gateway team will operate the console to drop the gates. The Sorceress will be trapped inside the gateway, so we're going to trap her in the Arc de Triomphe. At 20 o'clock, the carousel clock will rise out of the roof, carrying the sniper team up as well. There will be no obstruction between the sniper team and the Sorceress.
This seems unnecessary.
Is the whole rest of the game gonna like be like, here's what we're gonna do, and like lay it out beat by beat and then do it? Cause fuck.
It seems like they're taking that's like the structure since we're a military squad, you know, we go to a mission, we get briefed, and we do the mission.
Then we take the open shot.
At some point, we're gonna be
Bang.
like on our own trying to save the world, though, right? Like we're
I
not
fucking
just
hope so.
gonna be like,
That is all. Now we wait.
you're free to go anywhere. Go check out the city if you wish.
So that's basically the plan.
You know, compared to the train briefing, it's merciful, but it's also more confusing. It's like shorter, but by the end of it, I was like, I don't fucking know what he's talking about.
I also love this, like, okay, so that's the assassination plan. Everybody be here by like 10:30. You can spend the rest of the time however you want if you want to check out the shops. Like, it's just
It's so
like
casual.
a field trip.
Report to my residence when you're ready. We'll hold a final meeting then. After that, we'll proceed with the operation. Oh, now there's like an old lady on the street. Grandma over there keeps taking all my good cards. Oh, does she?
Oh.
So since we have some time to kill in town before the assassination plot,
We gotta play some cards.
You're challenging me to a game?
You better not lose.
I know.
Because I don't want to watch all that shit again.
I know, I shouldn't have done. I should have gone for the... Whatever.
I'm such an idiot.
it's your favorite thing. Right after a long-ass cutscene, you just see who plays cards, and then you also use all the best cards.
All of our unique cards.
Yes. All of our unique cards. Whoa, shit.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. You lost.
I blew this.
Oh.
The guy takes our Minotaur card. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Should I?
You have to.
Damn it.
And so we reset.
Man.
So we X our way through.
Yeah, we're just like watching the cutscene again as fast as we can.
So, to commemorate their alliance with the Sorceress, they have a float with holographic jesters on it.
Yeah. It looks like it. Alright.
We quickly get through the long explanation of what we're about to do.
And I start trying to like find some ground to stand on of like, okay, what's like going on here?
So Renoa is like a rebellious daughter of like the leaders of Galbadia, this evil empire that's been steamrolling the world, and she's like, no, I'm gonna go join like the hippies.
Yeah. I mean, as Zell said, that's bad. That's really bad. He said that.
She was gonna kidnap the president, and everyone's treating it like it's a phase or something.
Like Patty Hearst.
Just, yeah, exactly. I'm just looking for some tonal consistency in this government. Like,
Should I just go on, or is there shit we should do in town?
I don't know. I mean, we've seen the whole town, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we go back to the waiting room in the mansion.
Yeah, we're ready to do this. There's not much to do in town.
The sniper and the leader of this operation will form the sniper team. The leader's role is vital. If the plan fails for some reason, or should the sniper miss, the leader must carry out a direct assault against the Sorceress. We're gonna have to fight him.
Yeah, I hear that and go, I wonder whether that'll happen.
Yeah, when he says that, it's like, so everything you just told us is pointless. Is that what you're saying?
Because it's obvious that we're going to have to fucking do that. Will there be a boss fight?
Yeah.
The plan was devised carefully because we intend this to be a covert operation, but our ultimate goal is to eliminate the Sorceress, and we must achieve this at all costs, even if they uncover our identities. So, who's going to lead this operation?
Squall. Looks like after all that junctioning, we're gonna have to redo it because we have Fine, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Yeah, we are gonna have to redo it.
Sniper team is decided. Irvine and I will make up the sniper team.
I didn't decide that.
The gateway team will be...
Everybody else?
Woohoo! Roger, let's do it!
Usually when they ask you to pick a team, they let you pick the team.
Yeah, this time they force it on you, though. Squall and Irvine are going to go wait in the carousel clock to snipe the sorceress, and the other ones are going to go man the, like, gates to trap her in the arc.
So who's gonna be the leader for the gateway team?
Zell's punching the air.
I think Quistis should do it.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Zell. Instructor Trape, Quistis Trape, you're in charge. I don't know what it's morphing into or being at all, but it's dumb.
I'm kind of upset that the romance isn't between Quistis and Squall. Like, who cares about Renoa?
Yeah.
Quistis is, like, cool.
Okay, leave it to me.
Okay, let's begin.
Wait, I'm Quistis?
Yep.
So yeah, they give us control of Quistis, and our party is Quistis, Zell, and Selfie.
Squall and Irvine ran off.
We're on your team, Instructor. Let's kick some ass.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
There she is.
Hi!
Renoa runs into the room.
Finally got out of there. Did that man say something? No, not really. Yeah, he told us a
What?
lot of shit.
We have a plan to assassinate the person.
So by that man, I assume Renoa's talking about her dad.
That man.
Did that man...
Did that man say anything? He did say that it had been a while since she called him father, but I don't know what to make of it.
Where's Squall? I'm sorry, Renoa, but we have to get going.
Hold on a sec.
Take
Take a look at this. This is called an Odin bangle. I found it in that man's room.
Isn't that your dad?
He's...
Oh, Odin! What you gonna do with it?
It's supposed to suppress the sorceress's powers, but its effects are still unknown, so I don't think they're going to use it for this mission.
Where did her dad get this?
It's unexplained.
It's like he hid it in his closet the way you would a gun. Like, in like a box.
Seems like it would be perfect to use for this mission against the sorceress.
Yeah, but you gotta put a bracelet on her? That seems harder than shooting her in the face.
If it's Odin's brand, it should be pretty effective. They're #1 when it comes to magical goods.
Thanks for that exposition, Zell.
Odin is a brand of magical goods maker?
We've heard about Odin once.
He was in the terminal.
The terminal in episode 1. I think we may have even cut it.
And now suddenly he has a well-known brand of bracelets that stop magic from being used.
Apparently.
Which would be useful in how many cases, since we also read in the terminal that nobody can really use magic?
Well, it would be useful in this case.
Yeah, in this one case, it would be useful.
So what exactly do you want to do with it? Are you planning to have the sorceress put it on? Who, when, how?
That's what we're gonna discuss.
We don't have time for that. Squall and Irving are already standing by. We have an operation to carry out, too. This isn't a father-daughter quarrel. This isn't a game. We're about to murder somebody.
Like, an assassination.
We're not dressed for this.
So Quistis kind of, in my opinion, too lightly reprimands Renoa.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, we have a whole... she should really fill her in and be like, we got a plan, we're going to take care of it, you should stay here. And instead she's like, we don't have time for this, we got to go.
So she leaves with Zell and Selfie.
And they leave Renoa there, sitting there like pouting.
Yeah.
Who said this was a game? I understand what's going on. It's not like I don't have a plan. Yeah, cry in your dad's room about it.
Well, now we're Irvine and Squall.
Yeah.
Should I junction
maybe
up?
grab Zell's junctions and throw them on Irvine?
Yeah, we have no idea who's going to fight what, so we're just like, we're these people now, get the junctions on them.
They do have like a pretty good system for switching junctions in the game, but they demand that you do it a lot.
Walk faster.
So Squall and Irvine stroll their way towards where they're supposed to be.
And Irvine is saying a lot of things you don't want to hear from your star sniper right before a mission.
So, like, is it true that seeds aren't supposed to question their mission?
If you knew that your enemies were pure evil, you'd get more fired up to fight them, right? Yes.
Irvine?
We just got paid, but I can't
I'm gonna
see how
look
much.
up why we got demoted.
Yeah.
If your seed level drops, it's because you haven't been killing enough things between payments.
Oh, God. Well, we hadn't.
It's true.
Because the general told us to check out the shopping arcade. Like, there haven't been fights.
I got lost in the woods on my way to Delling.
We did do fights.
Yeah.
How many do we have to fucking do?
I don't think this is the right way to get to where I want to go, but I don't care. This is a right way.
What are you talking about?
So instead of going the direction the game wants me to, I'm like, the whole city's a circle and you can cut through. I know a shortcut.
What you
I
don't
cut through the
realize
center.
is that they've been set up for a parade and there's like police and roadblocks.
Yeah.
Walk faster, Squall.
Yeah, I think you're going the long way.
Yeah. Both sides blame one another, blah.
Is this the right
I
way?
don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
I made it to where the gateway team was supposed to go.
Yeah, they're waiting outside and you just go into the gateway and start climbing ladders to their objective.
But I do want to climb up.
I think it might be. You're supposed to go into a clock or
I thought we
something
were
to get a
supposed
sniper
to go,
rifle.
like, hang out in that one spot. Maybe he meant just for then?
We've forgotten what he told us like 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He told us to wait on the sidewalk in front of the house.
I have
Like,
no.
while I
dude,
explain
I have no
this,
fucking
the
idea.
sniper team should hang out in that
I
spot
really
on
have
the
no
ground.
clue. The way that they explain it is so.
What is...
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to be up here. I think this is where the other team's gonna go to drop the gates. Yeah, I think you're supposed to go in front of the president's house.
Right.
Dun 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 dun.
At least there's no random encounters right here.
Yeah, but because of that, we're getting paid less. Like, I think you want to go south, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you can't.
Maybe I have to take the road
Yeah, I
around.
think you're supposed to go the way you're supposed to go.
Oh.
Yeah, you can walk on the sidewalk.
Well, okay.
You two will wait here, yeah.
So we finally make it to our waiting spot on the sidewalk.
Yeah, which now is like crowded with people sort of like looking up at the president's manor, like waiting for the president and the sorceress to come out. Which I gotta say, like, even though we're not really sure what's going on, they do convey the feeling of like the two of us are about to do something nefarious. And it's like the calm before it's all about to go down as we like watch.
It's starting.
I'm returning to my residence. Good luck.
You got hummus in the fridge?
I do.
Can I crack that open?
Yes. I'm hungry. I was just thinking, like, what are we gonna do about lunch? I'd order something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Instructor, what's up? Maybe I was too hard on her. Too hard?
So we cut over to Quistis and the gate team.
And Quistis is, instead of being preoccupied with the assassination they're about to carry out, that maybe she was like a little bit too mean to Renoa back there.
This is insane.
This is why you don't hire 17-year-olds to overthrow governments.
This is exactly what you're going to say in the past.
I'm going to go apologize. I think there's a bag of pita chips in the...
Down here?
No, down to the left.
Yeah,
they might
there
be
are
buried under there, but they should be like a full bag of it. You mean Renoa? But we can't just leave our post. Quistis, like a true Midwesterner, is going to apologize when she's got shit to do. Did you find the pita chips?
Mm-hmm. And gourmet Funyuns.
We can't just, hey, wait up. Quistis is just walking off. So now we're gonna go apologize to her? Are we going back to the residence then?
Huh? This is why you don't hire 17-year-olds to do military work.
Like we're leaving our post.
Especially not 17-year-olds who seemingly haven't been to boot camp and don't follow orders.
Yeah. Even their
Sit.
teacher who's 18.
Yeah. Who's been a child soldier since she was 15?
Okay, we're gonna go apologize.
Dad, leave me
No, leave me alone, Dad.
It'll be chaos out there soon. You'll be safe here.
So sorry about that chip bag, but
we're going to be eating chips for a while now.
I had to eat an entire thing of hummus.
Strap in for a little. It's almost like we should do a little. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to be eating
Jeff
chips.
and I are chewing chips. We're back in the mansion now, and Renoa is still sitting on the floor with her head between her legs, crying when her dad comes in.
She wants to fight with the people.
Oh no, he's gonna lock me in.
You have doors that lock from the outside? I can do it. What?
Renoa realizes that her dad is about to lock her in the room and runs out, but then Quistis runs into the room.
Renoa, I'm sorry,
And the door locks behind her.
And somehow they didn't pass each other in the doorway.
We didn't pass each other in the hallway?
No.
And now we're locked in. This is a sitcom, is what this is.
Did we get locked in? That Caraway guy.
We're smack dab in the middle of a family quarrel here.
The most dangerous place we can be is here.
This is bad. I'm worried about Renoa, too. How am I gonna apologize now?
Renoa's probably on her way back to see the sorceress as we speak. She ran in to help us.
What a fucking predicament you got yourself in, Quistis.
Shouldn't have left your post, first of all. Second of all, I guess you couldn't have guessed that this guy's house is like some kind of puzzle mansion.
But it is.
But it is.
Oh, now we're Renoa.
So now we're Renoa, and she's gonna sneak into the president's house to try to put a bracelet on the sorceress.
Yeah, she's climbing up some boxes up to the rooftops.
Looking for open windows, I guess.
I'm just going to assume we don't need to read junction every time it flips us around here.
Yeah, she's hopping up on a box.
I'm not a seed, but I can climb boxes. So, the only way this would start to make sense to me is if the general was setting us up to get killed. And that's why he wasn't using Odine's bracelet or whatever.
I think that's probably...
And he's keeping Renoa in the house, trying to keep her safe during this coup.
I honestly think that's what's going on.
If that's not what's going on,
then I don't know
this is madness.
Yeah.
That is not what's going on.
This is madness. It's not Sparta.
This isn't some kind of game.
The hummus is good. So we're climbing the building.
I don't know what her plan is, but...
Me either. And I don't know what I can interact with.
Because, yeah, if you're a general of an army, and you got these liberal arts armies dotted all over the world, you're going to want to get rid of them.
Is this the sorceress?
Excuse me.
So Renoa, like, walks into this room that's, like, got a vaulted ceiling and, like, transparent curtains hanging every 5 feet, leading up to, like, a little black throne that's facing away from us. And she's gonna try to sweet talk her way into the sorceress's...
She's
like,
very quickly made it to the sorceress.
yeah, she's gonna try to get in her personal space somehow.
I'm the daughter of Galbadian Army's General Calloway. I thought I'd come pay my respects, you know, because of my father and all.
This is a bad plan.
So I brought you a small gift. Please. It's the...
You think this sorceress isn't familiar with the most recent catalog from the most popular magic company in the world?
And as she tries to, like, tentatively walk up to the sorceress, she gets hit with some magic light and thrown back.
Yeah, there we
she
go.
got knocked back. Yeah, her dress that has the wings on the back of it is pretty funny.
It's really trashy. Like, it's really trashy. Oh, she's getting dragged all around.
Oh, shit.
Renoa is suddenly picked up by an invisible force and beginning to be thrown around the room.
Yeah, she gets, like, marionetted around.
Ugh. Knocked out.
Whoa.
This was in the opening.
Right.
And this is the CG cutscene for the sorceress, which you would think would have happened at the scene where we saw her the first time we saw her, when she got Cypher and stuff. But
Yeah.
I guess it happens here. This is her intro full CG cutscene.
Yeah, well, this was from that opening trailer that played at the very beginning of the game. She has this, like, crazy magic hat that has, like, a big red visor that looks like a beak and these asymmetrical horns that stick off of it and, like, a big seashell. And her hair is flowing out behind it in this crazy way where it's almost, like, alive.
And then the hair starts to retract into this crazy hat, and then the visor part that was like the beak retracts into the hat, and it like reveals her face.
Yeah, she looks kind of like an evil Princess Leia with a seashell instead of buns.
She's a real Kefka-esque villain.
What's her name? Edna?
I think so.
It's Adia.
Yeah, her name's Adia. She dresses like a bird.
Look at my billowing sheets. Oh, and she just walked through the wall.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, instead of opening the doorway to the big balcony overlooking the thing, she just kind of melts through it.
Yeah, and she walks out onto the top of the presidential mansion or house or whatever, overlooking a big crowd of people.
It's awe-inspiring.
Ready to speak to her adoring fans, and then she's gonna get on a float.
Hey, that girl! Renoa?
And so from Squall and Irvine's point of view, down on the sidewalk, we see the Sorceress come up to a podium on top of the house, and Renoa, who's like hypnotized or in a daze, kind of like swaying behind her.
Also behind her is the president, President Delling.
Yep.
Lowlifes.
Oh, it's Adia.
Adia. Edna. Shameless, filthy wretches. How you celebrate my ascension with such joy.
And I guess Adia starts giving her speech
It's a very interesting speech to give.
to the masses.
Hailing the very one whom you have condemned for generations.
They've condemned her for generations? Oh yeah, because she's...
Have you no shame?
Is
She's saying this into the microphone?
I can't tell.
What happened to the evil, ruthless sorceress from your fantasies? The cold-blooded tyrant that slaughtered countless men and destroyed many nations. Where is she now?
Where is she? She stands before your very eyes to become your new ruler. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, this is very Kafka.
A new era has just begun. Adia, are you alright?
After all that, the president finally is like, I don't think this is how we had planned for this to go down.
I was not expecting this speech.
Edit.
This is her inauguration.
This is reality. No one can help you.
Purple magic surround the president as she, like, sends him up into the air.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Whoa! There's a lot of people at her inauguration.
Yeah.
And yeah, she kills the president in front of a crowd of thousands of people.
So she just killed the president live?
Live on TV. She's the president now.
Rest assured, you fools, your time will come.
And the people, having seen that and hearing her saying this, begin to cheer.
This is only the beginning. Let us start a new reign of terror.
She's eating hummus.
I will let you live a fantasy beyond your imagination. I think she said that in the microphone. I think she's making them all crazy.
Yeah, I think she just, like, told everybody, like, I'm your new ruler. Now that you've elected me...
What none of you were counting on was magic.
I mean
Let us
being evil.
end this ceremony with a sacrifice. I think our plan is already fucked. Whoa, that statue's coming alive.
Holy shit.
A couple of lizard statues pull a Ghostbusters and start becoming alive and running through the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
This is very cool.
It's just gonna run through the streets killing people. No, it's gonna... Oh, it's gonna...
And Squall and Irvine see the lizards, like, jump up on top of the building and start, like, menacing Renoa.
This is Zool
Hey,
and the other one.
She's in trouble, big time. We gotta go help Renoa. Don't touch me. The parade hasn't started yet. The gate's not open. You gotta be kidding. Maybe
We
everyone will-
seeds play by the rules.
Yeah, seriously. Oh no, it's starting.
Over in the mansion room, Quistis is still stuck with the Gateway team.
Looking out the window, watching it all go down while they're supposed to be out there.
Yeah, our
We need
plan
to get out of here,
is
quick.
so fucked. Here, I gotta pee.
I wouldn't hire these people again. What are we gonna do? Oh my god. Not even a crack.
So everybody's standing around the room kind of like wondering a possible way to get out of here.
Yeah, and what happens now, I actually like, but also shouldn't be happening here and now with all that's going on.
The pacing of this is very strange.
But we're in a real classic Final Fantasy, this room is a puzzle, why is it built like this?
A key.
do
That's
you
my
escape?
hunch. We gotta find a key. We gotta search the room. Maybe a secret button? I don't know, like spy movies. They have movies?
They got movies.
But there hasn't been
They got TVs and
anything
shit.
broadcast over the radio waves in 17 years.
Yeah, Zell mentions that in spy movies, rooms have secret buttons with secret passages to get out, so everyone is like, yeah, that seems right. Let's look for the secret button.
All the movies are on traditional, projectors.
Right. Hit X, running around, hitting X. It's all that guy's fault. Something suspicious. Anything at all. Oh, here we go. A wine glass. I picked up a wine glass.
Okay.
Throw it at the window. No, okay, not that.
Put it somewhere?
Wait. Hold
Wait,
on.
there's a lady in a painting
Yeah.
with a wine glass.
Yeah, on the wall, there's a painting of a woman holding a wine glass. We found a wine glass. We're putting 2 and 2 together.
This is a situation where you just hit X on everything you can until it all just, like, clicks.
What is she doing with the
Wait,
wine
that
glass?
painting is in a weird position, right?
It is, it
Like,
is.
you wouldn't hang a painting like that,
Probably not.
but nothing happened.
But I didn't design FFA.
That's true. Yeah, I know there's something fishy about the painting. That's what I was saying. So fucking...
Do something with it.
Maybe I'm not ready to do the painting part yet. Did you find anything, Zell? Statue.
Whoa, cool statue.
On the other side of the room, there's a relief with a statue of a woman with open hands.
Yeah, and she looks, I think, kind of like the woman in the painting, but she doesn't have a wine glass.
Yeah, put the wine glass in the statue's hand.
Now you're talking.
No way!
The whole statue moves to the side, revealing a secret exit.
Way.
Pretty sneaky. Yeah, that is a weird... But we don't even know where it leads.
Why would we have assumed that this
So you
existed?
stay in here.
We were like, there's gotta be a secret way out.
Because that's how it is in the movies, remember?
Oh yeah.
Go down the ladder. Now we're in the sewers. Classic.
Yeah, the secret exit led to some sewers.
Yeah, so we're not quite out of the woods yet. We still got to find the sewer passage to the Ark.
You're playing Final Fantasy, you're gonna end up in the sewers. God, I hate that our level dropped. Fuck that. Just because we were in a dungeon with not that many random encounters, our level dropped? That sucks.
Bullshit.
It's starting.
Cool.
So now we enter a cutscene, like we pan up from the sewers as the parade starts.
It does a pretty cool transition there where like the camera literally goes from the sewers to the streets above where the
Right.
parade is beginning.
So everyone watched her murder the president?
And if you were wondering how these people reacted to that insane speech about how, like, a new age of terror was coming and, like, watched a man get murdered in front of them, people are psyched.
Jubilant.
Yeah, like, the sorceress comes through gates on a float with, like, dancers in front of her, and everyone in the audience is like, fuck yes! And she starts riding through the streets.
Him on top. And now she's queen. Her parade has begun.
I like this stomp team they have.
They probably were backstage and missed the part where she killed the president. So this thing doesn't have like bulletproof glass like the Pope-mobile.
Now's our chance. Come on. What are you waiting for? Renoa might die.
Irvine and Squall are running through the crowd trying to get up to where Renoa is.
Yeah.
We gotta sharpshoot this. Wow.
They went to the
This
next
has
level of
gotta be the
cinematic in
climax
this
of
one.
Disc 1, right?
I think so, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it's like
Dance is
7 where
awesome.
Disc 1 lasts forever, but there have been so many cutscenes. Oh, there he is. Cypher's alive, of course.
And then on the float, we see that, surprise, Cypher is here, and he's waving to the crowd with his gun sword, brandishing it at everybody.
Yeah, he's by
And
her
he's
side.
like on her side, yeah. Let's kill him and put him out of his misery.
So now Squall and Irvine are climbing up the boxes that Renoa had climbed up to get up to the rooftop.
Is he
Dead
dead?
president.
Is he dead?
The dead presidents.
And we find the president's curled up body, and he does appear to be dead.
And we walk up to the podium to just have a little fun.
Everyone, you've lost your minds.
We make it to the big lizards that are sort of like hissing at Renoa, I guess, and we get in a boss fight with them.
Yeah, seriously.
What you got? Ooh, what is this? Oh, they have another GF. We gotta get that.
Carbuncle?
This boss has a GF in its pocket.
Everyone thought we were gonna miss all these GFs because you all think we're idiots, but we got them all,
got
and we
'em.
didn't even have to look it up.
Maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Well, like not this one.
Not this one.
So you just draw the GF?
Yeah, that's how we got Siren.
That's so crazy. How often do you run into guys with GF?
It seems like the bosses sometimes.
I love your attitude here, like you're taking offense, like that it would be missable, and I'm like, but we didn't miss it, we got it.
But we could have.
Yeah, I want to see brothers.
There we go.
Sweet! Here come the bros. Whoa.
I love summoning the brothers because they do like a rock, paper, scissors move, and one of them loses, and then he gets shot up into the air to then come and slam down on the bad guy.
Yeah, it's like a comedy routine they go through.
I love these guys.
Yeah, flip them up. Bang.
He lost at rock, paper, scissors.
Wow, that hurt.
That one's dead. Hiya!
And we've beaten the lizards.
Carbuncle.
We've got Carbuncle the GF.
And now we can go talk to Renoa.
She's there on the ground.
I was scared.
Are we in love now?
Really scared.
It's all over now.
I was scared. I was really, really scared.
You're used to battles, aren't you?
I just couldn't. I couldn't fight alone.
So we saved Renoa, and I'm like, let's go back the way we came, right? Down the boxes?
And this is cool. I like what's going on. Not really sure where I'm supposed to go. Am I supposed to go back this way? Am I supposed to continue on this
Can you
way?
sharpshoot?
We've forgotten about the hatch.
Yeah, there's a hatch in the ground.
It
and
doesn't look that different from the rest of the tiles.
It's extremely non-distinct. And as we've said before, they got rid of in this game the ability to hit select and see arrows above everything you can interact with because, you know, they made the graphics so good this time that
Right.
it's always obvious what you can interact with.
So we're running back and forth, like, directly past this thing. Like, where do we go?
Yeah.
Nope, not back this way.
I mean, I assume that she hasn't been trapped in the Arc de Triomphe yet.
Well, of course not, because our people aren't even there to trap her.
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I really don't know. I really have no fucking idea where to go. I guess it's not this way. It makes sense to go on somehow.
Go on
Like
where?
forward from here.
There is no forward from
I
here.
know, but what, like... not that-
This is where Renoa came from originally when she walked into this room, but no, this isn't anything. This is
Where's the
a way to
elevator?
kill the momentum, guys. Like,
I'll try to look this up.
I doubt this is a thing that'll be look-upable. Like, I feel like we're just missing something. I don't know why everyone's cheering for an empty podium. It must be here. Like, we must be supposed to climb back down.
On the climb up, there were a couple, like, interactable hitboxes for the climb that were, like, really picky about which pixel you were on. So I'm kind of back on the edge of the roof, like, hitting X and then, like, moving a frame over, going, like, this has to be it. I probably did this for, like, 10 minutes?
This was a really long time.
This sucks. Come on. Hop down.
Yeah, looking at this thing, it's like, you know, proceed to Adia's room and defeat the Iguions attacking Renoa. And then it says, go to the clock tower and pick up the sniper rifle.
Oh, there's a hatch.
Oh, wow. That's not that easy to see.
They told us about it. I forgot. It's in
Right.
that fucking...
God damn it.
In that long-ass briefing.
This whole sequence is like a dream. Like, we open a hatch in the floor and climb down, and now we're inside of a clock?
Yeah. The clock is going to rise up.
There's a sniper rifle here now?
Okay. Irvine Kinney is in your hands now.
Man, we destroyed that hummus. Huh? Why did you get all quiet? Oh, he must be concentrating. You're real quick, Squall. Loneliness of the sharpshooter. I guess he has a point. Haley, come on.
Irvine is acting strangely.
Well, as soon as you hand him the gun, he goes off and sits by himself and gets quiet, which, from my point of view, isn't that what you want from him? He's clearing his head, he's gonna shoot somebody.
But Squall assumes the same thing. He's like, oh, this must be a part of his routine.
Can't hear anything from in here. What's going on with the parade, I wonder? Cypher, so he's alive. Renoa, Cypher's alive. He was in the parade with the Sorceress.
What does it mean?
Who knows? If I were to face the Sorceress directly, would I have to go through Cypher?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes as a seed. Can't choose your enemies.
I am killing Cypher.
So Squall mentions to Renoa that he just saw Cypher alive, and then has an inner monologue that she can't hear, and then just says out loud, I may have to kill Cypher.
That's the kind of world you live in. You've had a lot of emotional training.
That's what we do at liberal arts mercenaries.
Of course I'd rather it not happen. ... It's all up to Irvine. Huh? Is he freaking out? Don't tell me you're getting jealous.
Irvine is shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, and Squall is like, hey man, you ready for this?
What's up?
I can't do it. Oh, give me a break.
Come on. Oi, Gavalt.
So now we're back in the sewers with Quistis and Zell and Selfie as they try to get to the tower so they can lock the
gates down.
Sorceress in the gate.
Do. Goofy sneaking time. Oh, god damn it.
Battles, baby.
This is not good.
Why? Because none of them are...
Yeah, we don't have any fucking junctions.
Yeah, because we're changing parties all the time, I had flipped the junctions onto the other party and then forgotten, and now we're in combat and nobody's got junctions.
No, that's not good. I guess you could run away.
What a bunch of dicks. So I assumed wrong when I assumed that we weren't gonna have to flip our junctions all over the place. You're gonna become a card, you bug. Just deal with it.
So yeah, we're battling our way through the sewers.
I'm making cards out of every enemy I find.
I got this sunflower flavored soap, or smelling soap. I never thought about what a sunflower smells like, but it's fucking great. I really like it. Never would have guessed.
I mean, it's gotta be fragrant, right? It's a giant flower.
Yeah. Just never really thought to like smell the sunflowers.
Well, how often are you around sunflowers?
Not very often. I feel like I was as a kid.
Little Jeff running through fields of sunflowers.
But I don't know when or where that was. Like maybe that was just a coloring book that was really vivid.
What the fuck am I doing here?
So the gateway team makes it to the gateway. They're in that little area where they can drop the gates.
So we made it into the right place.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I missed a magazine in that dungeon that I can't get.
No! Timber Maniacs?
I bet it was Pet Pals or Gun Magazine or something, I don't know.
Whatever.
Doesn't seem like it matters since we never get a limit break anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Phew, we just made it.
Cool.
They climb up the ladder, look out the window, and it strikes 20 o'clock.
Yeah,
just in time.
Giant clock outside.
Oh, it's 20
It's 20 o'clock.
And right as it strikes 20 o'clock, just like the general said, the carousel clock rises out of the building that they're in, and holographic clowns start dancing around them as Irvine sits there shaking, holding the gun. Like, I can't.
Irvine, you fucking wuss. Do it. You're a killer. That's what you're supposed to do.
You're
You
a
were talking a
stone
big
cold
game.
killer.
Have you never actually been a sniper before?
And this dance is fucking awesome. I like the idea that there's a choreographer watching this who's like, yes, they're doing it.
They did it, yes.
Yeah. I hope she's impressed.
Now, hit the switch.
Right as the sorceress is under the Arc de Triomphe, we hit the switch and the gates slam down, stopping her in her spot.
She gets trapped inside.
Wow, yeah, the number of, like, pre-rendered cutscenes is crazy.
Irving Kinneas! I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I always choke like this.
They sent us a sniper who, quote, always chokes like this. Always.
They say he's their best.
This is like the most important mission of all time.
And here we are. He's locked up.
Like someone who is experiencing erectile dysfunction and they go like, I'm sorry, this happens to me every time.
I swear to God, this always happens.
I try to act cool, joke around, but I can't handle the pressure. Forget it, just shoot. My bullet, the sorceress, I'll go down in history. I'd change the history of Galbadia, of the world.
Yep.
It's all too much. It's enough, just shoot. I can't, damn it. Irvine, calm down. Give me the gun.
Yeah, just give me the gun.
Everyone's waiting on you.
I just want to put a point on this. The reason that he's too scared to do this is because of the pressure of how important this is for the world. This could be a world-changing event, and he doesn't want that on his shoulders.
Yeah, remember that he said this was his motivation for not being able to shoot for later in the game. Remember this. And so Squall starts giving him a pep talk, which, to Squall's credit, I expected him to start insulting him and being an absolute asshole. But he really kind of does a good job.
I don't care if you miss. Whatever happens, just leave the rest to us.
Just think of it as a signal, a sign for us to make our move.
Just a signal. That's it. He's gonna fucking miss.
Irvine finally steals himself and aims the gun.
Just a sign.
He's like, what if I'm Gabriel Principe? Or whatever that guy's name was who started World War One.
It was Gavrilo Principe.
You got very close.
Oh.
And he fires the bullet, which would have hit her dead on, but what they didn't count on is that the sorceress is magic.
She's got a magic shell.
She had protect up.
Of course.
Or shell or something.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Your aim was perfect. Just leave the rest up to me. I'm going in for the sorceress. Irvin, Renoa, just be right back me up.
I mean, they were like, but it might come down to a, like, we're gonna have to duel the sorceress thing. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that'll actually, I wonder if it'll come to that. Or if the sharpshooter will just work.
Take care, Renoa.
Charge!
Squall jumps off a 2-story building and starts running through the crowds in the street.
Oh shit. Wow, that guard really got it.
Squall hops in a car and starts tearing ass around the circle, doing a roundabout at high speed.
The president's car?
That's somebody's car that was in the street. The gate's closed though. Like,
well, the gate's
I can
supposed
run
to be
through
closed.
it.
Yeah, Squall tears ass down the street, gets to the gateway, and screeches to a halt, and you just, like, jump through the gates to get to the sorceress.
Yeah, okay, I can fit through the bars.
That's a car gate, not a human gate.
If I were making a gate like that, I would make it a both things gate.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Cypher!
You and me, loser.
He's like, what if I have to fight Cypher in order to get to her?
And he jumps up on the float, and now Cypher, Adia, and Squall are all here together.
I might kill Cypher.
Why do we have matching scars?
Well, this is how it turned out.
So you become the sorceress's lapdog?
I prefer to be called her knight. This has always been my dream.
I guess maybe this is his romantic dream he was screaming about, being the sorceress's knight?
Maybe she has perverted his romantic dream.
It's possible. We'll never know because he never told us or will tell us what his romantic dream was.
I want to say it's something about being a knight. I don't know.
But then we're gonna be like depleted of energy when it's time to go fight the sorceress, you know?
So Squall and Cypher are gonna have a one-on-one fight. Mm-hmm. And Cypher's like holding his gun sword.
He's got it gangsta style, like sideways.
It's a weird way to hold a sword.
Well,
I guess it's also
you're
a gun.
mine. Yeah, he's doing like the
He got-
sideways gun
Ooh,
hold.
What is that?
Your first move against Cypher is to draw out his question marks.
Ooh.
Fyras! Fyra!
Ouch.
Hey, didn't they call it Ice 2 and Ice 3 in FF7?
I think this is the first one where they go fire, aga.
That's the first. A first for the series. For FF8.
Okay. Enough of this bullshit. What the fuck? This is a mess.
Wow, nice. 1,000? I would have guessed 500.
That's the first time we've used the hello potion in this game.
A high potion, that is.
It heals us a lot more than we expected.
Yeah, the regular potion does 200, right?
Yeah.
So 200 to 1,000.
Yeah.
I lost.
I lost.
So we beat Cypher, and now it's time for Adia.
Whoa.
He wasn't so tough.
You're losing it, Cypher.
A seed. Planted in a rundown garden.
Ours is nicer than the one you want to live at. That's basically just a big hockey rink.
Now we fight her. This is the boss battle of the game, man. This is gonna be the big finale of the game. This is it. Final boss.
Here we go.
And Irvine and Renoa decide to jump in the fray.
I can't fight. That's why I'm here. Ah.
I have to redeem,
I redeem myself. Ah.
Yeah, I missed the shot.
Yeah, cursed seed! Thundaga, oh shit. Bang.
What she got for magic?
I don't know.
Life.
Nothing that I really want to take right now. Let's just do this.
Brothers. Shivers.
Not that.
Ow.
Thundaga is a pretty powerful spell.
Yeah, she's hitting us with high-level magic.
Yeah, it looks like physical attacks are going to be good against her. Stop it.
Ow.
Ouch, fuck.
Kira. Or high potion, whatever.
But we kick her ass.
Impudent seeds! Yeah, time to run away. No items. 20 would be though. Yes!
Alright, the brothers learn Strength J. Okay, she's exploding with light.
Gonna
Surrounded by
magic her
light.
way out of here.
And she starts summoning up a really impressive-looking blue spell.
Like a coward. Whoa.
Whoa.
Or make a ice spear.
The blue spell becomes ice spears, and she shoots it directly at Squall.
Oh, one of them hit me.
You got weird fingers, lady. Weird fingers.
Sorceress fingers.
The spears are sticking out of Squall's chest.
Well, Squall's fucking impaled with an ice spear.
Are we dead?
We just got hit in the chest with a spear. And now we're falling to our death. I think this is the end of just one. But instead of the love interest dying, it's you!
It's an impact, because earlier we learned how much Squall really doesn't want to die.
And also, fuck Squall. This has gotta be the
This is the end of Disc 1, it has to be.
Oh, it says, yeah, now it says Disc 2. In the same
Okay,
file.
there we go.
We made it. End of Disc 1.
And that's episode 9.
That's the end of Disc 1.
Yeah.
So, we failed to assassinate the Sorceress. Squall got fucking iced.
Quite literally.
And now we're about to go through the looking glass, my friend.
I think it's okay to say here that there's a theory out there that we've heard that, like, Squall actually dies here and the rest of this is all like a dream. As though, like, everything made sense up until now and everything that comes after this doesn't. But it does get weirder. I'll give that to people.
Oh, if there's one thing you can say about this game is it never stops getting weirder.
But I do love the idea that, like, if they actually had gone with it and killed Squall here and the rest of the game you play as somebody else, that would have been a really surprising reversal of what happens at the end of Disc 1 in a big Final Fantasy game.
You mean the reversal of what happens at the end of Final Fantasy VII specifically?
That is really what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting. I mean, spoilers, Squall is not dead.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know what to say. That's the end of Disc 1.
Yep.
Timber is not free, and as far as I can tell, never will be.
Delling is now taken over by the Sorceress.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The president is dead. No one will ever mention him again. Renoa's dad is
Right.
the general of the Galbadian army. Forget about that. We
Don't
never
worry about
speak to
him.
him again. We're about to enter a whole new chapter with entirely new sets of issues and problems.
Yeah.
And some really remarkably cray-cray nonsense. Just like the crayest.
Well, the opening of Disc 2 does kind of leave a lot to be desired, pacing-wise.
Well, I remember at this point in the game when we were playing, like, that cutscene was cool, and those boss fights were great, and we did a dungeon in the sewers, and I was like, we're playing Final Fantasy. I know the story's not that compelling, but that was great, and I have a feeling things are about to get awesome, because this was the first time where you could really feel, like, momentum of some kind propelling you forward into the future of the game.
And Disc 2 is going to start with a Laguna dream, followed by a prison sequence, which is going to be really something.
Yeah, they're going to really show off their pacing skills here at the beginning of Disc 2.
So look forward to that. Oh, before we go, do you want to log on to the interwebs and see if there's any messages left for us?
Yeah, let's zazz those boards and hype the web.
Hype the text.
Hype the text. Hyper the text.
Hyper that text.
Let's get the HTML rolling hardcore and slay the cool.
Slay the cool. All right, we're in. Clicking on the message now. Do you like listening to podcasts where two people play a video game and then in the future their gameplay is edited down and commented on? Of course you do, dummy. I know what podcast you're listening to right now. If you're all caught up with No Cat and Enchantment, then give Skeleton House a try. In Skeleton House, Jess and Steve play through different video games while Brett looks on from the future to let you know what's happening. We even have an animal mascot, Chico the cat. By the time this ad airs, the first season, Deadly Premonition, should be wrapping up, and if you like listening to people play Japanese role-playing games by Square, then you're going to rate Season 2 7 out of 7 stars. That's Skeleton House, available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, sorry for calling you a dummy.
Well, once again, that sounds awesome. We're getting more boots on the ground in the audio-only Let's Play genre.
That's right.
I always said, and you can quote me on this, the revolution will not be televised. It will be podcasted.
It's going to be podcasted. And I've actually checked out Skeleton Podcast before, and they're great. And it's actually fun because instead of having the people who played the game commenting from the future, it's a completely third party.
That's pretty hilarious.
And awesome that they mentioned Enchantment Podcast. Those guys were some of the early to the medium.
Yeah.
They'd play Dragon Age.
And also, Deadly Premonition is a wild game that is going to be, I think, great for this. And I assume that they're talking about Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, one of the all-time SNES greats. So get on over there and give them a listen.
Thank you so much, guys. And, oh, we've got a second message this week. Clicking on it now. The message reads... Listening to No Cat made me realize I had finished 9 of the 15 main Final Fantasy games and made me want to finish the rest. So I did. Yes, even the main storylines in the online games. And now I'm the Final Fantasy Czar. This is the official forever ranking from worst to best, and as the Czar, I will brook no argument to the contrary. 12, 3, 8, 2. Wow, I just have to say that real quick. 13, then 10, 1, after 10, this is getting better, in his opinion. 5, 11, wow, 7, 9, 15, 14, 4, and then 6 as the best.
All I can say is that list is fucking that is crazy.
That is an insane list. He goes, okay, maybe you can quibble about 15, but that's it.
Putting 12 at the bottom, I have more than a quibble, but I, sir, will not fight you. You're entitled to your opinion.
Czar.
You are the czar. We haven't played all of them. So, for now...
Thank you so much to Ben from New Hampshire for that message.
I love that list. Like, I've read so many Final Fantasy lists, and most of them break down so similarly, and that one
that was like fucking
is a true original. A true original.
Right,
I love it.
Let's log out. If you're interested in a message, they're just $25 a piece. Just email nocatpodcast@gmail.com with the subject line message. And we do payment through PayPal, so just email us, and we will make the message whatever you want it to be. Thank you so much to the Patreon supporters.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're so glad you're still here with us.
We've got bonus content over at Patreon.
Yeah, and if you'd like to become a part of our Patreon patronage...
just go to patreon.com/nocat. That's NOCKAT.
And you can gain access to all kinds of wonderful things.
Get in touch with us on Twitter and review us on iTunes and wherever the hell else.
Apple Podcasts.
Get a t-shirt or a mug. It's a great way to support us.
At the Etsy shop.
Go to Etsy.com and search NoCat.
NOCKAT.
You will find it.
We're adding value over here.
Always be adding value.
Always be adding value.
That was one of my favorites. And with that, here's the dessert.
This time it's all the things you would grind up to put in a hot dog, cooked separately.
It's
as some kind of
deconstructed hot
horrifying
dog
like Eastern European meal. That looks like it's medieval.
Jesus Christ, that's a disgusting idea. Here we go.
There's a head on the table.
She's got a weird bird hat that like has hair flowing behind it, and the hair like shunks into the hat, and then like this part that was covering her eyes goes back into the hat, and it's like it reveals her.
Yeah, we can see her face now.